I had a story in my heart, but I didn't know where to start. Every sentence felt wrong, every draft fell apart. Sat staring at the page like it owed me something, but the words...
So, hello and welcome to day 2 of our workshop, Writing Nonfiction, Drafting Chapter Prose. I'm going to do a quick review of what we did yesterday because we need that review to go forward anyway. So my name is Manon Doucette. I'm a published author. I've been teaching with Sudowrite for 3 years, using AI for over 5 years. Time flies. It's like sometimes I have to go back in my first sign up to figure out when did I start signing up with these and learning it. So it's been a while. We're using Sudowrite today. We're going to write in Sudowrite. We also use ChatGPT. And I'm a big fervent of the document with Google Doc. That's where we share all our information. Yesterday, we did have this with all our notes that we did as we go. And then I added the link on tab number 2 that we are using, plus our deep research we did yesterday. The deep research is going to be on a separate document like this one when you click on it, because it's very, very long. It's 48 page, but it's a beautiful deep research, which you need. Everything you need basically to write a good book is here. Next, what we need today to write that book. So let's jump right in unless someone has question before I start.
Michael is asking for a reminder on how you did the deep research, and also can you set me as co-host?
Oh, yes, sorry about that.
No problem.
As I make my good friend here as co-host, I want to remind you at the top of the hour, you're going to receive a feedback email from Sudowrite. And I'm going to beg you, please, if you don't give us a 5, we know you're very happy with a 5, but if you give us a 3 or a 4, please tell us why. I received a 3 yesterday and broke my heart. And I says, what did I do wrong? So tell us that you are brand new and you cannot follow the class. So this way, when Michael read these, it says, oh, that's not her fault. She didn't do a very bad job. It's because the person is brand new, but this is a workshop. So there's a balance in these things. Yes, GB? Oh, sorry. I think there's a question.
Oh no, I was just going to follow on with that, Manon, that yeah, honest feedback is what we need. If if it's not a 5, just tell us why, because that's how we improve as uh, as teachers, to be able to give you the best possible classes. So if we miss the mark on something, we need to know so that we can improve.
Exactly. Thank you very, very much for that. All right, let's quit this. Okay, and I'm going to do the review of all that. You'll know about the deep research. Something is jumping on my screen. Just give me a second. I want to quit. It's not allowing me. No, quit. Here we go. I do a lot of things. So I'm a jack of all trades and I love learning new stuff. So I have a brand new, one of my friends lent me a 3D printer and I'm learning everything about it. And I'm going banana on that. I'm having fun though. Okay, sidetrack again. Let's go. So what do we need to write our books? Tab number 3. I'm going to make sure I share this as a full document. I think is it as full when you click on it? Because sometimes I have to add things to it. Just making sure you have all the tabs. So Yesterday, when we work on that book, we find the title Present and Sober was the main title. Our subtitle was Mindfulness Technique to Overcome Addiction, Manage Craving, and Rebuild Emotional Resilience. We did go and find from inside, I'm going to close this, from inside this book, which is free on Kindle right now. All of them, they're going to be free, so you can access them and find your topic. So we go inside, and sadly, we did get exactly the same topic that when Mary wrote the book and we did the whole checkup together. We have the same topic from yesterday to the one in the book. So let's go in. So here are a lot of things in that book to give you idea on how to search for a topic, asking yourself question and writing by hand if you want. And then obviously there is the part where you go through step by step with ChatGPT. So we have basically the same topic yesterday that we have in the book online. So I didn't realize that until I was after the video turned down, and I look and says, oh, this is the same that we put in the book as our main example. So not too hard to follow, no wheels to reinvent. We had the same basically topic. We did change it a little bit because we did ask ChatGPT to rewrite the topic in the requirement of the age group and a few other things. So, and we had also a new target, which is basically similar of the one we had yesterday. So the book is very, very good to follow up, telling you about the book title. It's the same one. Maybe a bit different, but not by much. One thing that we forgot yesterday is the vision for the book. Sometimes it's very nice to know what's the vision you're going to have, what's going to happen at the end of the book when the reader finish reading it. What do they get in their hands? And this is what the vision is for. And that vision does help Sudowrite to write a book that when you finish the book or chapter by chapter, you have your vision cover. So this is very important to have. And I did work on a vision after we hang up last night. So this is the right moment to ask about the vision. And
now, Manon, the yesterday when you asked it to give the a paragraph on the book, that was very close to the vision information.
Very close to it, yes. Not exactly the same, but very close to it. So the vision here, so the core vision in one sentence, to provide calm, practical, shame-free mindfulness tools that help people to, in recovery, regulate emotions, interrupt craving, and building trust in themselves without dogma, storytelling, or moral pressure. So this is your North Star. If a page doesn't serve this, it doesn't belong. So this is the vision that I worked out last night with with ChatGPT. And it's giving you a few more. ChatGPT likes to give you more information a bit than what you asked for. But it's kind of cool because then it's giving me a writing vision. Calm, experienced recovery coach, a therapist explain things clearly, mindfulness instructor who respect intelligence, someone who speak with the reader, not at them. And this is very important there. And then the tone, grounded, reassuring, direct, non-dramatic, and non-judgmental. So it gives a lot more information than our little paragraph. So you can go and read it. We're going to work with that also inside everything else. So let's collapse this a bit. Then we have the description. This is a description for inside Amazon. So when you go and after you got these information here, you can ask the description to put inside Amazon and go ahead and read it. So stop white knuckling recovery, start rebuilding with awareness and things like that. You want to send the link to Michelle, please?
Doing so now.
Thank you. These are very, very important because you can take these if you like them, or later you can fix it. They go inside your KDP when you upload your book. So you have that little description that you can put inside KDP. So it's very nice to know. And it's also something that Sudowrite will try to follow when you write the books. So these are very important. So that's why it says that's what you need to write your book. So these steps are important. So your title, your subtitle, your topic, your target, your vision, the one that I gave there, the description for Amazon, the comparison of the book on Amazon. So we had our 7 books comparison. This here, if you see that ChatGPT doesn't answer well to the comparison of these books, you may have to go find book per book, like this. And you have to find the ISBN or the SINT number. So you go down until you find it. So this one doesn't have a SIN, but it has an ISBN. Take the short one, this one here with the 10 number. That one is having a hard time. It kind of collapsed with this one. But this one here, and put it beside the title as the ISBN for the book. This way, chat, when it goes and do the deep research, it will find the book a lot easier with this, and for sure you'll have the right book inside your research. Next, the deep research. So the deep research is that one here, which is a very big 40-some page research. Now you were asking about what we ask about this. That would be in page number 1 or tab number 1. We did have our overall topic. We had our question one after the other. So the subcategory, write a paragraph on top on the book topic, specific target. We had everything that we work on. Just making sure I got everything here properly. We even had 2 persona that we like very much. We had our book description. We had the topic. So we had all those questions answered until the end. And then at the end, we had this. This is the main question that you bring inside ChatGPT under deep research. So you copy this and you insert the topic. You insert the age group or the role. Then you can also, if it's different, you have a secondary buyer, you can put that like our parents, teacher, psychologist, things like that, you put it there. And then the goal for the book, the skill to build and all this, so it's inside your vision. So, or you can simply take this after you finish. So if you go and take this and you stay in the same chat, you can put that whole prompt and tell chat, please fill up the blank, not the blank, but we call that the placeholder. Fill up the placeholder with all the information above. And it's going to give you the information you're looking for. And then you add the information it gives you to this master prompt here. So this part goes on top of this, or just underneath. So customer research report generator, deep market engines edition. Enter this little paragraph that you just got filled up, and then copy the rest of this all the way to the end and bring it inside ChatGPT. So that should look like, if I can figure out where is my deep research from yesterday. Where is the deep research? We did a lot of demand yesterday on, this is the chapter. Sorry, I scroll very quickly, but try to figure out if I can find that original prompt that gave us the, there you go. So this is the deep research. Okay, when we do that, so thank you for confirming genre. So I have two of them because I asked when a deep research on the voice. Can you guys hear me clearly? Because I did have to fix my microphone this morning. So hopefully it's better than yesterday.
No, we can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. Include all, please. All right. So the prompt is right there. So create a comprehensive customer research report following this topic, primary, secondary, the goal, the intent, and then the report published, structure, and this is the whole prompt. So this is the information we gave with the adult and all the information, the secondary buyer, the therapist, the recovery coach, the counselor. Our primary goal for the books, habit change, emotional regulation, helping readers interrupt craving, manage stress and trigger, etc., etc. And then use self-study, group recovery. So all the little information in that little paragraph that we basically replace the placeholder with these information and the full rest of the prompt. And then I always going to ask you a bit more. Do you want this with real-time sale rank? Sure, that's what we want. We don't want something from 10 years ago. Input you and verify your reader review. Yes, we want that because we want to know what's good and what's bad and what to avoid and what to put in a book. And everything that, if they want paperback, audiobook, it's all interesting information to find out. And a section of this project will position the workbook, journal, companion. So yes, because at some point, probably we'll do a workbook and a journal for the people to be able to write in it. And then we said include all of it, and it gave us this after 13 minutes, 10 seconds, and you look for 150 search, and that's what it gave us. Is that answer the question on how to do your deep research?
Yeah, I believe it does. Michael,
Yes,
did
thank you.
that. Good.
Perfect.
Good.
Okay, so here, what we need, it's all here, okay? So we have all our information, title, topic, and everything else. I'm repeating myself. Now, what's missing? We need a outline. Now we go to ChatGPT and we can ask, knowing everything we have above, can you create the best outline for this book? The second one. All right, great. Ask you to write a book without getting storytelling. I had a few more questions to ask. Plain language. And then tell me the vision. So the vision is here. And I did go somewhere else for the. Give a chance here. All right. First question I ask. I'm going to go up. In the book, there is a possible outline. There is more than one. There's this outline that you can go and copy. And there should be another one. I think we have two outlines. Yeah, this is another very, very intense outline, including our research is here. And then we should have the possible outline, possible objection, possible outline. So we have a short outline that we demo inside the book, and then we have a very detailed outline also in the chapter 3 that you can somehow copy or refer to inside ChatGPT and says, I want an outline for my book based on this one. So if you do take an outline that you really like the format of, you go inside ChatGPT and it says, please reverse engineer this outline to adapt to any self-help book that I want to write. And you pass the outline in it. So ChatGPT may give you the right answer right away, or you may go on a derail. It depends. Sometimes it's going to give me the answer right away, and other time is not what I'm looking for. So here's the answer it gave me. Absolutely, here you pass an addiction book outline. It's a high converting self-help book, da-da-da-da. So I believe I put both outline 1 and outline 2. No, it's giving the core blueprint. So it's telling me about what the outline is doing, part by part, and a lot of information. And then part 1 is giving me a breakdown of what you think I'm looking for. So read it and see if you like it. I wasn't exactly happy with this. So once it was done, I believe I asked another question. Based on this research, can you rewrite the outline above? So I put down the research, the 48 pages that I save inside this one here. And you have that inside the document. So you can copy it and bring it in to ChatGPT and ask the question. Based on that research, please give me an outline, which is look like the one up there. So start all over and give me a different outline. So the introduction, you're not broken, you're learning a new skill. Sorry. Normalize early recovery, overwhelm emotion. So now it's got something that I'm looking for. We have an intro, we have part 1, we have chapter. And I like the description because we have practice, car buying motivation must be concrete, repeatable, and addiction specific. Chapter 3, practice. You see the outline is giving me? I like this outline, but it's not enough. But I'm going to use that outline to start writing the book. So please write the outline for this research based on this outline, reverse engineer, adapt for self-help book that I want to write. So I guess I read the whole thing. It says it's nice, but I need a bit more. So I guess I copied that again until I was happy. So I may have to do that a few times. Actually, I will do that a few more times, and I will show you because I'm going to end up with a master outline. So here's giving me a master outline, master template. So you can go and use that if you want. Once you're happy with the outline you're going to use, that outline is going to be very important to bring inside Sudowrite too. So this is a very nice, this is the one I probably took and brought inside Sudowrite. So no, I want a full detailed outline to write the book, attach the file. So I was unhappy again. And then you rewrite in the same format as the first one with more based on the research. Okay, yeah, and I took this one. I don't want to go too far after that. So this is the outline I took for the book. So let's see, I'm going to copy this here. Now this is inside, this is the one over here, possible outline. So now you know how I end up with that outline. Working title, book position, structure, philosophy, intro, part 1, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the outline I'm going to use to start. This I'm happy with. Once you have all this in one document, and I'm going to reiterate, one document, not all the tabs, just this tab. So when you go inside Google, you can go and save. Where's my save? Was it save already? Oh, download, sorry. Download, Microsoft Word, current tab. This is the one you're going to export. And you're going to have this in here, okay? This is what we're going to use now. So we have our tab with everything which is about that book that's important for Sudowrite to know is in this document. Now, let's go and play. We go inside Sudowrite. Now we are starting that project and writing that book. What we're going to do is we're going to import everything we got inside that little tab. Import. Now you can import from Scrivener if you work with Scrivener. We're going to import the document. So we can browse. We go in our download. And I have to go by list. The vault topic. Open. And now you let him do his work of importing everything that we worked on. In the meantime, during his doing this, is on number 2, is going to go fairly fast. Oh, it's going fast. 3, cool. I'm going to give you tab number 4. Tab number 4 is prompt that you may or may not use. But here's the extra instruction for chapter. This we will put when we write chapter by chapter. It says, this is something basically I went inside the ChatGPT and it says to write that book. What is the most important point to bring to the reader? So it's telling me that for each chapter, you must include a grounding opening 2 or 3 paragraph that normalize the reader's experience. Number 2, one core concept explains simply, no storytelling. One science-backed explanation, plain language, no citation in text. One name mindfulness skill or framework. One guided practice, clear label step by step. One reflection or worksheet prompt. One short, if this feels hard, reassurance paragraph. These will go under the extra instruction of the prose when we're ready to write the chapter. Then here we have the style. So once the style, you write your voice that you want the book written in, and something is not working, something is too storytelling or too something or too cliche, I give you a few lines here that you can say, okay, this is what's going on. There's too many cliche. Or not, no inspirational cliche and things like that. So things that you may want to change to get the voice you're looking for, these are to put in your style box. You can also possibly need, do not invent personal anecdote. Use fictional client or composite stories, possibly, depending on what you want in the book. Use imagine a man name example, or use recovery memoir style scene. These are possibly things you may want in the future for your book. So just little prompt for you to use if you need it. So the clear scale progression signposting for bestseller coherence. Your progression is excellent, but implicit. What's missing? Explicit skill stacking marker. Chapter 1 to chapter 3 is awareness only. Chapter 4 to chapter 6, craving response skills only. So these, once you finish, when you put this here for chapter 1, you may want to add this on the bottom for chapter 1, 2, and 3. But when you get to chapter 4, 5, and 6, you put this one. And chapter 7 to 9, you put this one, to have the different emotion or skills needed per chapter. Does that make sense so far? Next, we have the readers. These many ways of using that. You can use that inside word building as a persona, or also inside your extra instruction, part 1. So each chapter under part 1 can be there, or rewrite your outline, part 1 with the skeptical but hopeful. And each part has different way or state of mind for the reader to grow, basically, through the book. And then it's giving you what this book sit inside Amazon: mindfulness-based relapse prevention, trauma-informed recovery work, and practical self-guide relapse prevention manual. This is not a memoir. It's not a spiritual book, and it's not a 12-step replacement. So these are little things that I end up looking at yesterday when I was practicing the book under a different account. Okay, our book is done importing. So this is what is going to look like once your book is inside Sudowrite. So we have everything we imported. It's here. So now Sudowrite has everything we look and research and said we want in the book in this. Now look at our story Bible now. Our braindom is empty, but our genre is a self-help, addiction and recovery, mindful health, mental health genre. Nothing in the style. It's giving us a synopsis. Not a very long one, but a synopsis nonetheless. The high-functioning rebuilder path is a transformative self-help guide that empowers adults aged 25 to 55 to reclaim their life from the grip of addiction, drawing from the latest neuroscience research and the wisdom of renewed experts like Gabor Mate and Judson Brewer. This book offers a shame-free, science-backed, so these are probably books that are inside our research. So you may want to be careful on how these are going to be enter inside the book when you write the book. Make sure that if they use a part of the book, you have a glossary at the end of your book saying that this is a little star beside it, or when you go in vellum, you have notes which go directly to the end of the book, which I love because you don't have to do twice the work. And you can say that this is where the information is coming from, so you give the credit to where the credit belongs. So let's copy this, and I'm going to put this inside our document. So that will be today's results. So this is our synopsis. Next we have, and you can go and read, and I can probably, no, I would have to put it in here, but I want to avoid to put all that stuff over here because we want to write the book. Character. So this time he gave me character. We don't need character. So what we do, we take that little I, we close it. We close it. It's not a story. It's a book to help people with addiction. Now, word building is also filled up. Read everything here. Magic system, really? It's not a magic system. How would we call that? Recovery system, just system. Would you give a different name, Jeff?
I would say that it's yeah, I would generate a new grouping for that and call it
Just system alone.
System is fine.
But it's not magic, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not magic. So yeah, under the system one, if you want to expand that again, no, there, change the heading there. Source of magic, change that title where it says source of magic. No, down a little. Yeah, the heading over that box that says source of magic. Just I would change that.
Just
Source, who can use, just again, taking magic out of that. Schools of thought.
magic. School of thought.
Yeah.
Is that how we write thoughts? No, thoughts. Okay, so this
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Proportional. So obviously with more time, we will go in and double check everything. Then we have the addiction recovery, sensory description, location, recovery journey on full multiple, landscape, physical recovery, digital location, temporal. Okay, that sounds right as a quick.
That looks good.
The political and neural aspect of the addiction, the lore, that's well said. Looks good.
Yeah.
Then evidence-based therapeutic approach, letter lore, CBT, ACT, DBT, mindfulness. Doesn't look bad at all. High functional rebuilding world. What do you mean by that? To recovery landscape, environment. I don't see magic in there. Looks good. Smart recovery. I like that. Even the foundation. Something that maybe you want to go and double check if it's really this stuff exists. So
It does. I am familiar with them.
Okay, so there you go. We have what we're looking for. So we have a world building, and then we have an outline. Now, the outline is at the third person, and then you have to choose the tense. For a self-help, we need the second person POV at present tense. So, but I will leave it as that for now. I'm going to double check everything here because I need this outline. So we have 19 chapter. It didn't cut down in any act. Okay, we'll go and say we are happy with this. I'm not happy, but we're going to say we are happy with this. I'm going to go in the three dots over here, and I'm going to copy the outline. I'm going to put it here just to make sure I don't lose it. So I'm going to create a blank document, and I'm going to pass this outline. It's going to give me a title, and I'm going to say this is the original Sudowrite. So just, these are things that I know what I'm thinking about. So original Sudowrite outline. Because that outline, I'm going to delete that outline. Now, I'm going to go inside ChatGPT. I'm going to go into a new chat. And I'm going to ask ChatGPT, hello, I have 2 outline for this book I am writing with Sudowrite. Can you tell me which one is best for my book? And you can ask anything, like for my book to become a bestseller, anything you think that you want to ask, and put outline number 1. You pass the outline. Then I'm going to go and get the other outline that we had. I believe I put it here. The vision, the intro, structural philosophy, part 1, part 2, part 3. So working title, I'm going to give here. I'm going to copy this whole outline. And I'm going to bring that inside ChatGPT, sorry. Outline number 2. And even if they collapse, it's going to put everything in. And you just go. This is a great problem to have because both outlines are strong, but they are strong in very different way. And only one of them is actually an outline in the publishing sense. And I like that. For every outline I ask from ChatGPT to the one from Sudowrite is giving me similar answer on all the nonfiction books. So outline number 1 contain an outline, and the outline number 2 control and system. So your book succeed only if you use both. So outline 2 is the winner. Okay, now let me explain why. What outline number 1 does exceptionally well and where it breaks. So the strength of the outline number 1, you can go ahead and read everything. So this one seems to be very good for human author and ghostwriter. But the fatal problem with this one is this. Invite Sudowrite to do exactly what you don't want. Name expert, invite commentary and narrative framing, phrase like reader explore, journey, transformative, and things like that. Basically, it's going to give us stories and things, if I understand this, the fatal error that we don't want here. So in that outline number 2, we ask as does brilliantly, and why it's really powerful. Move 2 is behavioral leash for an AI model. Why the outline 2 is better choice for this book. Just giving a why it is. This is alone, its goal, prioritize, okay. Usefulness over inspiration. That's exactly what your audience want. So we keep on going. And it says here, the number 2, the outline number 2 solve the core problem. Sudowrite is too creative for this genre unless constrained. So the real answer is this. Which outline could make this book better if written by a human? Outline number 1. If the question is which outline is actually better and clean, useful, bestseller manuscript with Sudowrite, which we want. Outline number 2, no contest. So it's going to tell us to merge them. The correct way is the most people miss, winning, not layer. My professional verdict, publisher adds on. Outline number 1, strong intellectual foundation. Number 2, essential execution framework. And outline number 2 is the best outline only because Sudowrite make it necessary. If you want, rewrite and save chapter list, click one-click master prompt per chapter. Huh, it didn't give me what I'm looking for to merge both outlines to make a master outline. It's telling me the master prompt per chapter, but we already have those. So we're going to ask for a master outline by merging the 2 outlines together. Can you please create a master outline to write in Sudowrite this? Shall we say book? Yeah, this book.
Yeah, this book. I would, before you send that, create a master outline by merging the two outlines. Yep.
Book type, nonfiction, self-help, recovery, hard rules, no exception, story, do not write story, scene, anecdote, memoir tone, invent example involving people, imagine a person, character dialogue, narrative arc. That's very important because we don't want stories and dialogue during the prose are written. Metaphor heavy or inspirational journey language, spiritual preaching or 12-step framing. Required voice, calm, clear, trauma-informed, shame-free, science respecting, practical, tone therapist, recovery coach, mindfulness instructor. You don't have to put all three. You can choose the one you're looking for the tone of your book. Prioritize usefulness over inspiration. Requirement, what you learn, plain language explanation, why it mattered in recovery, one core technique, one guide, troubleshooting, quick recap, mini worksheet, track prompt. Citation, output style, subheading, bullet. Okay, story skills, switch paths whenever output drift. Book master outline, merge write, front matter. Introduction, part 1, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. With more time, I will go and read everything to make sure it's perfect. Use this every time you generate a chapter prompt. Write chapter X title for nonfiction self-help book on mindfulness, addiction, recovery. So it's giving us a prompt that I believe would probably go inside the extra instruction.
Yep.
So let's get this prompt down. And I'm going to put it right in here inside our prompt. So we have it somewhere safe. We put it on the title, this one. Okay, so let's get this outline. Copy this and let's go inside Sudowrite. Inside Sudowrite, we already correct this outline. We have it here, so if we need to go back, it's there, or there's a little clock that we can normally go back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete. I'm going to put this here at the second person, the tense at the present. I'm going to go to the drop down of the outline. I will go in the custom, and everything we did copy, we're going to put it here. Now, there's a few things that we may have to remove. Not sure if I should remove that or leave it there.
I don't think it copied the entire thing, Manon. I think it only,
Oh, I got the whole thing.
oh, okay. There we go.
I got the whole thing. I'm just looking for of what I want. I just want the outline or everything before. I'll go with just the front matter, book outline, merge ready. Skill, never output drift. I don't think it's going to read any of that when we write the outline. I'm not sure to take it or remove it. From matter, title, disclaim, intro. Okay, we have the outline. We'll go with this for now. Obviously, you know that you can change everything as you go. So we have rules and at the prompt here that we can remove. It's a prompt, the appendix. All right. Okay. So we have our outline, use outline. Now, before we go and get the outline, we're going to make sure we're happy with our genre. And here, one thing it's important to write. What is that book? What are we writing?
Mindfulness, self-help.
Self-help,
Well,
mindfulness.
you've got it all there in genre already. Instruction book.
It's like an instruction book. There's no dialogue. What else we can say? We have a few things that we can go, but we can come back to these to make sure we have that. But this is very important that it's not a story. It's an instruction book. You can put down the instruction book. You can put journal. I would say that. We go that and do that after, but the important one is this one, the instruction book. Okay. What else can we put at this? I think we got what would be the good custom for that, what we did inside the last book. This is book number 1 we wrote last month. So write directly and friendly. So this is one very important. Talk to the reader using plain language, short, bold tips, punchy, clarity, no fluff, no storytelling, be warm, empowering, skimmable, teach simply, motivate constantly, keep personal. Okay, I'm going to copy this. And what I'm going to do, I want to go and ask, can you rewrite this style to match the above outlines? See, we're not teaching a book on how to take a picture like we did last month. So there's a bit of difference. So address the reader directly, yes. Clear and plain language, yes. Be warm and respectful instead of punchy. Never dramatic or inspirational. Sound steady, grounded, and trustworthy. Avoid hype, urgency, or emotional persuasion. Short paragraph, clear. Avoid storytelling, readers. The final check. It is correct. It sounds like motivational speech. Out must read like calm, professional, self-help guide, focus, practitioner tool, not motivational or narrative text. So take part of this here.
Down at the bottom, it gave the option to compress all of that down into a Sudowrite style field. By doing that.
I was going to do it by with my own mind. So single. Let's see if it's going to give us here. Right, income, professional trauma, informed self-help, voice similar. That's a bit longer than compress. Oh, be warm, behind a spiritual, no preachy, motivational, material, clear, function, help, emotional language. Use short paragraph. That's going to be inside the extra. Do not
It's a little longer than 40 words, but.
So can you reduce to 40 words only?
That's beautiful.
Does it say address? Yeah, address the reader directly. All right, so let's go back. Let's go in our style. "37 words, we still have a bit of space. From here, we could actually ask to rewrite the synopsis if we wanted to, but we'll see here to save time because we're already on top of the hour. We have already our custom information here. Now we're ready to generate the full outline. So it's going to give us even better outline, and I'm going to give you how to get inside each chapter, inside the outline, how to get it even better. So for the three people which still with us, beside you, Jeff, are you okay to stay for another 30 minutes so we can start those chapters? Yes? How long can you stay, GB?
Maybe if you have to drop, we understand. Just
No
do take
problem.
advantage of checking the recording later. Do we have your information, your email address? If not, if you'll message that privately to Manana myself.
I do have it. So
You
don't,
do have it. All right, perfect.
you'll get a copy of the book when we're ready.
All right. Have a good day, JB.
Thanks for being with us for that long.
Michelle, are you good to stay for a little while longer still? Perfect. All right.
And you send me your information, Michelle, for the book?
And message one of the two of us privately, and we'll make sure that you get a copy of the book as well.
It's getting there. We gave a lot of information to work with.
I'll message you directly, Michelle.
Yeah, your email with your name, which I believe is the one which belongs on top. You can send it directly to Jeff or directly to me if you don't want to put it in the chat itself. I can tell you it's an interesting book to write, and just to not stay here and just looking at it to try to finish the outline. I did go, and yesterday I went to bed very, very late, let's put it that way. But I did start writing the book. I did a lot of things that cut on time today because I did have to go and find all the voice and how to get these really well written properly. So the original outline is like this, but when I finish with the outline the way I want, it's looking like this per chapter. So I will show you how I got to this. And then I believe I start writing the first chapter, as you can see. And I did ask for my scene, and I did ask for this. I had the rule, second person, present tense. I used Gemini 3 Pro, and it gave me 2,359 words for the first chapter. A bit different outline. Each time you do an outline with the AI, is never going to give you the exact same outline, but we have a pretty interesting outline, 19 chapter plus the conclusion plus the appendix. And the voice, it's not bad at all. So basically, so scene 1, your heart hammer against your ribs. So maybe that I will change because it's AIism. A frantic rhythm that echo in your ears. It starts as a tightness in the center of your chest, radiating outwards until your fingertips tingle with restless energy. You look down at your hands and notice dampness on your palm. You wipe them against your pants, but the sensation of heat remains. Adrenaline surges through your system, hijacking your nervous system without your permission. It feels less like an emotional and more like a physical command. Your legs bounce or shifts or stiffen, preparing for a movement you cannot make. The air around you feels charged, and every sound seems sharper, louder, and more abrasive. Yes.
I'm not sure if it's just me, but I can't see the text that you're reading from. I'm still seeing the Sudowrite screen.
Sorry about that. I was reading my author one and I forgot to switch the screen. Sorry about that, but that's okay. The outline is here. Oh, I like that. What did you get? The front matter that were left there. So the opening page of the book established the important disclaimer that this is not a medical advice. Encourage reader to seek professional. Oh, I like that. The introduction, why mindfulness work when power fails. Okay. Then we have foundation addicting. So part 1, science, mindfulness, recovery. What work with what? Myths that stop people from using Part 2. Part 3, emotional regulation and stress. I think I like this one better than the one I got last night. Oh, part 5. Part 6, 7. We have a lot. The appendix. So we have 23, 24, 25, 20. Oh, gosh. It's going to be interesting to write. Not sure if we're going to use all of it, but that's an interesting outline right there. Okay, let's start with this here because the opening or the disclaimer doesn't need all the step-by-step that I have on the other one, no more than the introduction normally, but when we get to chapter here, we need that. Let's see how that right. So far, looks pretty good here. Let's see what is going to give us. We have a few choices that what we want to do. So let's start that front matter. Here we have a choice that we can take the front matter by itself or generate the front matter through scene. Want to see what it's going to give us. Or we could have used the other one there, the starter or chatting with chat. Yes, every book have their own challenge, Michelle. Every single book have difference. They're not all written the same way. So you really have to go in, read, and know what you want. And even if it's something that it's new to you, you're doing so much research, you read so much about it. And when you finish writing that book, you become like a professional about what you're writing. And this is the important part. It's not just AI writing something for you and you cannot answer the question. It's giving me a lot of scene for this. Create a professional title page layout. Okay. I'm curious if it's going to give me the graphic I would need to put inside visualize. I will write that and see what it's going to give me. Develop the primary medical disclaimer section. Create a scope and limitation. Design a professional support notice. Oh my God. Do you like what you're reading? Because I really like it.
It's absolutely vital, this information. So yes.
Yeah, I like it too. So now we're going to choose our model. And to write a good book, I don't go in excellent. I don't go in basic. I go in advanced. And the best, as far as I know, and I tried, is Gemini Pro. It's more expensive, but the result is beautiful. Anyone else using different language to write in nonfiction that I don't know about and it's working beautifully for you?
I'm
No,
just
but I
starting.
would. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say, I haven't started writing yet.
Okay. So let's see what is
I,
going. Yes, Jeff?
I was just going to say, because the prose quality is the highest for Gemini 3, as well as instruction following there, it is absolutely the best choice for this. Yes, it is, as you say, more expensive credit-wise, but the quality that you're going to get is going to be exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. So he likes what we did. We're going to have a pretty big startup. All right, let's try that. Let's see what it's going to look like. So I like this one better than the one I wrote yesterday, I tell you that. But Dring is going to start writing the voice of this one. So the adrenaline, and this is also in Gemini Pro 3. Obviously, this is less expensive than the other one inside that scene area. It has a different outline. So basically, it's giving us what the reader feels like, and then a section to explain what's going on. So this is what the reader experience. And I want to see when it gets to the other part. This one here is getting written.
All right, I see one problem already. If you'll scroll back up. The imagined professional there, Dr. Meyer Richardson, that's problematic right there.
Where's the imagine?
Scroll up just a little bit in scene 1. It's down just a couple lines. Dr. Meyer Richardson, PhD.
Mm-hmm.
That's a made up an AI generated authority. Absolutely, I I would not use it just because of that. I would tell it. So going back to Chat GPT, where it gave specific instructions,
She exists.
yeah, but I mean there are multiple ones there. I don't see, because the first one is a licensed professional counselor, a professor of psychology,
Mm-hmm.
a therapist. None of these are actual PhDs. You need to go back and grab from Chat GPT where it gave the specific constraints to put into extra instructions to tell it not to do that kind of stuff.
But
Because
this part we don't copy it and don't put it in a book, but also going to have to check if it's part of some of the books that is referring to as is writing about this story. So that might not be something to totally take off, but put as we took the information from the Dr. Maya Richard PhD book, which is part of probably something. So something to double check before you delete everything. But yeah, we'll probably just start with that here. The medical disclaimer.
And I'm sorry, I need to slip out because my poor dog is looking at me like she needs to go outside. So I've got I'll just mute myself, and if everything's still running when I'm back from taking her out, fantastic. If not, I've enjoyed this very much.
You're absolutely welcome, and thank you for being with me that whole time, dear. The disclaimer beside that looks pretty good. The scope and limitation, who this book is for. This guide is designed especially for the high-functioning rebuilder. You would like to fit the profile, maintain your professional and personal responsibility, holding down a job, caring for family, managing financial, medical stability, ready for skill building, seeking integration. It's not for vital to recognize the limitation of self-guided approach. Mindfulness system is not an appropriate for you if you are acute withdrawal, 72 hours, or you are immediate crisis. You have severe untreated mental illness condition. The role of mindfulness in recovery. The practical in this book are designed to complement, not replace. Professional support notice, knowing when you build your team, recovery is rarely a solo endeavor. While this book provides this blueprint for daily practice, having a professional support, so that's good. Sign your need professional support, physical withdrawal, inability to stop, finding qualified provider, that's good. Navigating treatment option. They give us very good information. Check your insurance, evidence-based requirement, fit matters, crisis resource, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room immediately. Do not wait. Do not worry about stigma. Prioritize his life. 24/7 confidential support. Those are real line, by the way, they exist. May have to double check the numbers. And maybe put like US, Canada, and different country if they have different one per country. Shasma, purpose, what's to expect, crisis text. Oh, there's text one. Double check all that too. Create your safety plan. How to use this book. Bookmark the crisis resource. Follow the progression. Review the professional. That's not bad, I think. What do you think, Michelle and Michael? You can unmute. It's very
It definitely feels very comprehensive. I was just reading through all the disclaimers, and what was going through my mind was this is interesting writing on this kind of topic as to liability.
mm-hmm. Like
And that's
yeah, you have to
well,
read.
I feel like it was a tremendous amount of information. It's also, since we're talking about nonfiction, there's an assumption that there's truth in the writing.
It has to be. It has to be. I can tell you, I wrote many nonfiction books and I published all of them, and they are all double check. Everything double check, and everything is doable. So, and that's why I choose the right one, Gemini Pro. In the past, there was Excellent was able to do it, and then there was Claude was able to do it, but always the higher version of it, not the free one.
Yeah, that was amazing how much detail was there.
Oh, okay. So this is the introduction. So shorter than the disclaimer, which is not bad. How many words we got in the disclaimer? 1006, not too bad, not too bad, and pretty well described. Oh, the reader complete a baseline as self-assessment question rating. Prompts. Oh, I want to see if it's going to give me that. All right, I'm curious. Let's get this one written. In the meantime, I will go get the prompt for how to write chapter by chapter. So chapter by chapter, grounding opening, one core, explanation simple. I will take this and I'm going to bring it inside Sudowrite. So it seems he has no problem with this part. Do I write it first? It's ready to write. I'm going to show you what I do with that little prompt I just pick up. We're going to use it in chapter 1. Chapter 1 is great, but not sure if we have everything we're looking for. There's always two ways to do it. You can rewrite this and look if you like it, or you can go and do the rewrite. You add that little prompt inside the rewrite, and you click go. So it's going to take what we have here, plus making sure that all the information, the rest of the information is there. So our little chapter 1, going from one paragraph to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 little paragraph with the information we ask for. Okay, let's go see if we can write this intro. And then we'll write chapter 1, and after that, we'll basically stop the video, and I'm going to keep writing probably during the night, because I have another appointment that I'm supposed to go for 6 o'clock. There we go. But I really like Gemini. It goes very fast when it starts. So part 1, awareness cultivating. Chapter 1, the biology of desire, understanding your neutral landscape. You are here because you want to change, but you likely feel stuck in a loop that seems impossible to break. You may be a high-performing professional who manage complex teams, $1 million budget, or demanding family schedule, yet you find yourself baffled by your inability to manage this one aspect of your life. This disconnect between your competence in the world and your struggle with a substance or behavior is not a defect in your character. It's a function of your biology. Before we introduce any tools, we must strip away the shame that often surrounds addiction. Shame suggests that you are failing because you are weak. Science tells us something different. You are struggling because your brain is doing exactly what it's evolved to do, but in a maladaptive way. The hijack reward system. And this is interesting because it's the same information that I got on the other one, is explaining what's happening inside the brain and why we have the behavior to go back to the alcohol, the drugs, or whatever the addictive behavior we have. So that's a very interesting things to read about. What's important right now is I'm looking, so he's having question and things. Yeah, having use response. I'm looking that there's no dialogue, or it doesn't derail, and making like stories and things. So far, so good. Established. So the self-assessment, you cannot manage what you do not measure in professional settings. So do not overthink the response. We have question. Metric 1, current craving intensity. Rate your average craving level over the past 7 days. 1 to 10. 1 to dormant. Thought of use rare. Wait a sec. Rate your craving. Oh, okay, so it's giving us 1 to 2 is dormant, 3 to 4 is background noise, 5 to 6. Oh, okay, get it. And it's giving you tell your score. Okay, then next one, which one is the one that is yours and your score? conflict avoidance, unspoken tension, partner, colleague, my top 3 risk. It's giving you exercise like things to write. Tool 1. Protocol. Step 1, stop. Physically pause whatever you're doing. If you are typing, take your hands off the keyboard. If you are walking, stop moving. If you are speaking, stop talking. Feet, hands, seat, observe. Practice prompt. Put the book down or look away from the screen. Stop, sit still, anchor, feel your feet on the floor, really feel them. Push down, observe, find true blue item in your environment. Listen for the furthest sound you can hear. Similar exercise that what I wrote in the other book that I start. Okay, I think we got something pretty good. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's very comprehensive.
Perfect. Now let's see chapter 1. If we have to add something, because now we have 2 choices. We can generate scenes. And what I like to do is that, and then after that, I like to create another chapter 1 and just take the outline of chapter 1 and put it in scenes instead of creating new scenes. I'm going to see what is going to give me as scene, if I'm happy with them, or if I'm a bit more happy with the one I got here. Basically, those are scene to write the book also. So we have 4 scene, and if we generate here, chapter 1 will give us, drum roll,
I made it back. How did the introduction come out?
Pretty good. All right, I like we have 4 scenes, so a scene per section of chapter, addressing directly, present neuroscience, high functioning addiction, explain how enhance prefrontal cortex, guide the reader through structured 3-minute check-in, and the conclusion at the end of this chapter, what they should get. I think I like what's going on here, so let's see. Let's generate.
I'm new to this, but I like that it showed you about how many points to expect.
And they're getting better at it because they show us how many points or how many credit it's supposed to use. And we know the AI is very bad at counting. Math is not his forte. So we find out that they were not often exactly the same, but they are working on making sure that what's is been tell here is what's going to show up here. So far, I'm not unhappy with the credit used because we have very good results. Things that I can get that book and I'll check and edit a little bit, make it my own totally. Not that I haven't worked hard on it already, because we put a lot of hours creating the every information to write the book. So, all right. So what this look like here?
When on the introduction, didn't it say when it was getting ready to generate the scenes that it anticipated that cost was going to be almost double what it actually showed you spent for credits for generating that first one?
Actually, it gave me pretty close to what he said.
Right, but what I'm saying is that the first one,
Oh,
for the introduction, it had said something like 20,000 or so that it expected, and it only cost you 10 for that one. So
I'll take your words or go back and look at the video again. So it's a very short chapter. Got to say 1904. Didier wrote all the scenes. Scene 2, neurobiological paradox, which I should not be mad at because we want things that are short. When we have dealing with that kind of behavior, people are short. They don't want to read too long paragraph, too long sentence because they get tired quickly. Or they have to reread the same thing over and over until it gets in. So that's the reason why we ask for short paragraph, directly and easy read. So, cannot say you didn't do what we asked. It's exactly what we asked. If I was to do the other way, I will go in the outline. And this is the part you missed, but you can go back in the recording, Jeff, to see how I got from 1 paragraph to 4. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to ask to start another chapter 1. And instead of doing the generate scene, I'm going to pass the 4 scene I already have. And I'm going to ask to write these. I'm going to check on what it's attached. It's still attached there and still attached to the introduction. So we're doing okay. You understand what I'm doing when I click here and I check that it's linked to chapter 1, and then it's the continuity of the introduction and not the other chapter 1. Because this you can link it to anything you want, basically. So 3 to 6, 19 to 32. I know we're basically on there on most of them. So these are the 2 ways that you can go about it, because you already have your scene written inside the outline by adding that little prompt with every section that we want per chapter. You can use that also to write your chapter. Living the double life, you walk into the office after wearing the right clothes, you are holding the coffee, but you know the math. This is definitely characteristic of a high-functioning rebuilder, and exhausting of the split self. Secretly, habit. It's a closed loop and it's lonely. Let's dismantle the stereotype. Can be an alcoholic, it's just close $1 million deal. I can be independent. I ran the marathon last month. I'm not like them. This is a competence trap. The perfectionist burden, the rigid. It's very different from the first one we just wrote. And a lot more words too. We had 3,659. So obviously we have to change these and just put them as sub chapters. Talking about our prefrontal. Wow. A lot more details in that version by using the chapter 1, isn't it?
Can you look and see what the cost was on this?
16.
So again,
Way below.
half of what it, less than the bottom end of what it projected.
Yeah. So this is how I go about writing a nonfiction. Now what I do after that is I copy every single of those. I bring them inside Speechify, and I go out on the road or something, or do things in the house like getting the dogs out, and I listen to it and check which one I like better. If I have to do kick bashing or things like that, which meaning I can take one part of this and bring it in the other one and make a full chapter with the two chapters together, or bring it inside ChatGPT and says, can you merge this, but keep the voice and the style, please? And so. ChatGPT will not rewrite that amount of words here. The 3,000 word, it will not do that, but it will tell you, I merged this section and this section, and it's a real puzzle to try to figure out where to put the rewrite if you go that road, and it's very frustrating. Just let you know, I tried, and it's very frustrating, so sometimes it's probably better now that we have the rewrite and the right button to just give the instruction in the right button and see if we can highlight the part we want to rewrite or merge together. So there's so many ways to go about it. It will take like a week with me. And even after that, there's new things will pop up and there will be even more to add or change. But it's a workflow that never stops. So for me, I will stop right here. We've been an hour and 36 minutes past. Any question on the one who stayed with me the whole time that I can answer you?
Yes, I got to tell you, this was an incredible amount of information, and I'm very grateful that you guys stayed with us and put all this together. I'm curious if we take it back up to the 50,000 foot level. I'm glad that you mentioned workflow a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
In your books that I haven't, or in the books that are out there on Kindle, I haven't seen them yet, but I did pick them. I mean, I bought them. Two of them are free, and I forget what the other. Anyway, the Vault of Book Documents. Is there a workflow diagram that just takes everything up to the high level of step one, do this, step two, do this, step three, you have to loop, and,
No,
right?
it's like I said, each book is different. So each workflow, like this one here, what do we need? This is basically the big workflow for that self-help book. When we did the camera book, we had something similar, but in the book that you got here, you have the step-by-step also in it. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The step-by-step on how to write a self-help book is in here, step by step. When we did the one on the camera, there was a different voice, a different genre, different a few things, and then there was a little bit of a different workflow. But for this here, it's there. And for each book that you get, which is under the book vault, they all have the step-by-step in it already.
Got it. Okay. That ends up looking like a workflow.
Yeah.
So for example, you use ChatGPT most of the time, but then you switched over to Gemini 3 Pro for the Prose, right?
Yes.
Is that like as part of the workflow that says choose your AI engine or whatever?
It's basically here, I will put it down inside this, but the recording, definitely go back to the recording because this is one important thing. Because in a few months from here, Gemini might be like
Right.
idea from the past, and then it may be a new mode to write about. Because in the past, we use a sonnet. This one here, which was very expensive, and John liked even the opus, which apparently was even more intelligent and things like that in a few area. But right now, it's definitely for me, for everything and be on the nose and the voice and everything else, it's Gemini for me that works best for a real nonfiction with the real information you're looking for, instead of having to go and do your research over your research. When you have a book which is going to end up with 55,000 words, and you have to redo the research to make sure everything is the same or it's matched.
Yeah. Okay.
I really wish I had the one answer or the one size fit all. There isn't.
Yeah, so you can't normalize it even to the 80% level.
Well, we kind of had 80% result here when you follow step by step, basically.
So if you're at 80%, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so the topic, the target, your vision, the description for Amazon, comparable to other books on Amazon, the bestseller in the same topic, your deep research, and then from there, make sure you have the right genre. The style can wait. You can do that on after we get inside Sudowrite and get the outlines. Once you have all those, which is basically the basic that you need, and it's pretty much it's not for nonfiction. That's for nonfiction because you cannot see it's for fiction, really, these. Maybe we have to look at it a different way. But this is really the step-by-step, the basic step-by-step for a nonfiction book on a self-help, on an instruction book. If you were to go for a bio or the story of my grandfather, it's a different ball game. And it's still nonfiction.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I help you there or I just make it worse.
Well, you did. My background is just trying to figuring out workflows. So that's what resonates with me is.
Yeah. So if you close down all these on the third tab, this is basically your workflow. So finding what your title is going to be, your topic, your target, your vision, your best vision for this book. So that's basically the same thing in here. The description for Amazon, the comparison of the other book, your deep research, your genre, and then your outline.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah, it sounds pretty. It sounds pretty straightforward. And then it's getting to understand how the tools work so that they can be optimized, or I can be optimized to the tools.
Yeah, everything is optimizable in here, and everything can be, you are in charge the whole time. And if you want to change something, just go ahead and change it. And if you're afraid of choosing credit, you can always go with the cheaper model. Just know that you will not be able to put a book out with the basic output, but that might give you a small idea what it could look like. And once you're happy with this, go in and use the higher level of AI to write the book.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome. Any other question?
I'm good. Michelle?
She says, no question. I'll just go through this video slowly again and then write a book. Perfect. So on this, I say thank you very much for staying with me this whole time. That was an intense workshop, and I do those every month. Next month will be on book number 3 of the book vault. So it will be a different topic altogether, and we're going to write the same way, a bit of different workflow, but we're going to end up with a book, and everyone who's coming in will have a copy. So same thing. I want to say great. Thank you. I'm very grateful to Jeff for being with me this whole time. Say thank you for your doggy for holding on until you brought him outside. On this, my name is Manon Doucette, and I thank you very much. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
I had a story in my heart, but I didn't know where to start. Every sentence felt wrong, every draft fell apart. Sat staring at the page like it owed me something, but the words stayed quiet and the fear kept thumping. Then I heard a voice inside me say, you're overthinking, just put something on the page. Write it messy, write it wild, write it like you were a fearless child. Don't wait for perfect, don't delay. If you got something to say, write it anyway. Oh, 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 let it out, let it out, let it write it anyway. Oh, 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 let it out, let it out, let it write it anyway. Some days the magic shows like lightning. Other days, every paragraph feels frightening. Oh, but every page, even the ones that are wrong, are stepping stones to the book where you finally belong. So don't stop now, don't throw it away. You can edit tomorrow, but today, write it messy, write it wild, write it like you were a fearless child. Don't wait for perfect, don't delay. If you got something to say, write it anyway. Write it up, write it up, write it anyway. Write it up, write it up, write it anyway. First draft, chaos. Second draft, clarity. Third draft, confidence. Final dance, magic. Confidence, big over. Magical, write it messy, write it bold. Write the story only you can hold. Dream it, draft it, shape the clay. But whatever you do, write it anyway.